It is time again for our Melzak Monday. We are joined in studio by the voice of the Toledo Walleye, Matt Melzak. And Matt, I know it has been a tough stretch for you personally, but a tough stretch that we knew was coming for the Toledo Walleye. They picked up 5 of 8 possible points, but 4 games in the last week, finishing with a record of 2-1-1 overall. 7 games in the last 10 days. That's got to take a toll on the team, both mentally and physically.
You know what? It's not easy. This isn't a sport that is meant to be played every day. Physically, you can really get worn down. And when you start factoring the travel part of it, even though none of it has been long, no overnights in that stretch, but a lot of go somewhere, play, come back. Go somewhere, play, come back. And those can wear you down even more. Those getting in, going home at 2 in the morning and having to reload for a game the next day, those can be tricky. When you certainly look at those and then you factor in the way Toledo played over that stretch, which was pretty good overall, yeah, you know what? You didn't finish the weekend great. You lose to Indy at home. You gassed. Clearly, after 7 games in 10 days. This stretch here, we're only 1 game ahead of us for the whole week, is going to be a good one for the Toledo Walleye.
The return of Billy Christopoulos presents a little bit of an interesting situation for the Walleye because now Toledo has 3 goalies on the roster. Caden Fulcher, Billy Christopoulos, and the team deciding to keep right now Max Milosic. What is the biggest difference right now that is making Dan Watson want to carry 3 goalies at this point in the season?
What you have to look at is the fact that once Billy Christopoulos left on January 8th, right after he last played for the Toledo Walleye on the 7th, I mean, you went with Max Milosic and you had to find emergency backups. You're scouring around to find another goalie, maybe to give him a break at some point, and the hopes you can. Sometimes it's very difficult to do so because, you know, you're looking at other leagues like the Southern Professional Hockey League, and those teams have been rated by a lot of goaltenders being up with the taxi squads. Everybody taking up a goaltender. It makes for a lot less goaltenders being available and that pool very thin. So when you look at that, and then you factor in the fact that Billy Christopoulos played very well for Charlotte. 2-1-1, 2.5 goals against average, .922 save. That tells you he can win and play very well at the American League level. Well, guess what? There could be any number of those other 29 teams in the American Hockey League that might go and lose a goaltender and start looking around to find a goalie and go, well, wait a minute. We saw this kid in Charlotte, Billy Christopoulos. He was really good. You know, he won them a couple of games. We can pick him up, bring him in. Now we've got a guy to back up. Detroit, 1 injury away from any one of their top 4 goalies. Caden Fulcher's gone. So right now, Dan Watson looking at it, you know what, let's see how the next couple of weeks play out perhaps. Maybe in the next couple of days. He may turn around in 3 days and say, you know what, we're good. Looks like we're going to be all right. So Max, you can go ahead and be released. But for right now, he's trying to play that percentage of, I'm thinking that I'm probably going to lose a guy in the next couple of weeks, more than likely. So you know what? I want to make sure I have a guy that can step in and play, and Max Milosic certainly did that. His 10-game stretch tells you he can play at the ECHL level.
A much-deserved rest period. The Walleye not back in action till Saturday when they host Atlanta. And don't forget, you can watch that game right here on BCSN. Puck drop is at 7:15.